So we're talking about, uh, yeah, we're just, what were we talking about? I don't know, but whatever it is, we stopped because Abel came in and said that
We were talking.
we were talking about an issue. What was it about having sex in a cipher, having multiple partners, a single woman having multiple partners. And I was saying that there's a time in my life that after I broke up with one person, I knew that I could call another person and have that casual sex relationship until and if I came on the next person. But this person here, I knew was not available, and they knew I wasn't available. It was just like a thing, you know. I have one man. We went together for a little while, but then he went and got married on me without telling me. So that was done.
And I had that happen before.
Yeah, and that
Where
hurt.
the person just wanted to, sow their royal oaths before getting married, and then I find out later that that's what that was. Because I'm like, hey, where's this person? Have you seen this person? Oh, they got married and this and that. They're just taking care of their family. I'm like, what do you mean?
No, worse. This one was still coming around, and a neighbor is the one that told me because the neighbor knew him and his wife. Yes, he didn't just get married and ghost me. Oh, no. He would change my status, and I was young, and he's an older man. He was an older man.
I literally went to school with this person, though. Like, we were sweethearts from school age where you could have told me. We were that close. You could have told me.
He caught me at a good time. He was living with this woman for years, okay? And I had just gotten married, and my husband and me, our marriage fell apart in a month, honestly. And he and I were cool, He even hung out with my husband a little before we got married, like when he was my boyfriend and stuff. His wife was on the road a lot because she's an entertainer. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. I was devastated, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was there. And he helped me get through that. He helped me get a new Camaro. Get a Camaro.
Hey.
He helped me stop being scared of driving on the parkway.
That's friends with benefits for real.
Oh yeah, we was it. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that. It was not meeting at a hotel. None of that. Because I had my own place, of course, because I was grown. We went out to dinner. I would go pick him up from work, pick him up from the train station because he didn't drive. I don't know why he didn't drive. Let me think. But he was just, I don't want to say too much more about it, but I learned how to drive from Long Island to Brooklyn. And that's all I needed to know. And it was fun, and he hung out with my friends and their families and stuff, so it wasn't like that kind of thing,
Well, the main
he asked, I was offended. That's why I stopped seeing him. I was offended that he would change the way I saw myself without my permission.
Right.
This was another man taking ownership of me, of who I was. He didn't give me the choice. He took away my choice. And that's the other thing. I think that's the place where I get in relationships when I feel like someone is saying, it's enough for me to be doing dumb shit because I want to.
Right.
But don't try to snaggle waggle. Like, just
it's almost like they are already in that energy because men are known to do that, period. You know, and far as women ain't gonna be like that so much, you know. But even with a friend of mine that gave me a scenario of him and a female that was saying that, oh, she's been around this one guy for a long period of time and that they've been friends and they got their own property together and sort of like a marriage but not a marriage.
Right.
And she's just basically telling him like, okay, so what's up?
Right.
You know, this is going down and nothing's going to change right now. So what's up with you though? What's up with me and you? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I ain't into having no side women. And I'm like, oh, my brother, that's where you got it wrong. Mm-hmm. You're the side piece. She's not the side piece. She basically just told you about you and another. She tells you saying, hey, well, I'm with this guy and I don't want to see you. She's telling you what's up. She's asking you what's up. She's asking you, you gonna be the other guy? What's up? Okay. Now, that's on you. But if you continue to stay in that, that's leading to your own egoic mind, and you're also self-sabotaging your own heart by staying in something that you don't want to stay in just for the sake of having some piece of booty. I mean, so when I said that...
Thank you for booty. Thank you. At least it was booty. Can't get for booty.
Samuel Jackson is not here right now. Right, but he really was like really serious. You know, and when I said that and I stopped in the middle of whatever I was doing and I said, that's where you're wrong. You think that you're the other, you thinking that you have two pieces and side pieces. No, you're the side piece. And he had to stop and put himself in that position and think about that and was like, you right. Shorty, you right. Yeah. I'm telling you one woman from another woman's perspective as to what she's talking about. And men do this to women all the time. It's just that now the shoe is on the other foot for you. That's all. And you probably been getting this done too. It's just that you so masculine thinking like you the man that it's been getting done to you and you haven't recognized it until somebody called you on it to show you like, hey, you really was into somebody really, obviously. Because he must have really liked her especially to bring it to me. And he and I were in a previous relationship, but we're still friends.
Yeah. He didn't understand it. He knew you would be able to help him. Right. Listen. These guys all have a friend, a female friend, that they confide in. Okay? That they bounce ideas off of.
Mm-hmm. I think that was something he liked to brag about that though. You know what I mean? He liked to brag about that in the relationship with her. So if that was something that she wanted to even try to, break away from the other person and be with him, that wasn't something that he should have shared with her, I guess. Because that was what some of the issue was. Like, I don't know what you thinking. I got other female friends that I could go and talk to. But that's how he's saying it to me. But you ain't having sex with me. You having sex with her and other of your friends that you play Ashe. Yeah, right. You having sex with your other friends. I mean, you're not having sex with us, but you're having sex with her.
Because men don't see sex the same way we do.
Right.
Sex is like going to the bathroom and peeing.
I did that. I did that already.
With flavor. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like sex to them is like women using a shower massage for some of them. You know, it's just a thing. It's nothing. They will have sex with socks. Okay? They will have sex with socks. It doesn't matter. A hole is a hole is a hole.
Yep.
And this older gentleman told me, it's not the same one, another one, a friend of mine, we were having drinks, and he told me it's a poor mouse that ain't got but one hole.
Shoot.
Now, I looked, and the rest of the guys were like, yep, because I always was in the midst of all the guys, so I got to hear a lot of shit.
Yeah, my My brothers
Yeah.
and my cousins are the ones that mainly taught me. Sometimes it would be to a point where they forget I was in the room.
Oh, yes. You get all kinds of tidbits like that.
You be like, dang, do y'all not realize I'm in here?
But no, they don't. And and once they do realize you're in there, just, I've always been able to stand up for my side without alienating them,
Yeah.
and that's something that you have to, it's a gift, I give, sure. It's like being able to debate and negotiate with your enemy,
Mhm.
because they definitely are your enemy, and they make it known. But we do have to
Definitely.
work together. And so you stand up in your truth. I stand up in my truth. It doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make you right. It doesn't make me right. But we're going to have to do this because we work here together.
But that's where
Black
everybody.
men and white men. Now, some guys, the black guys are the ones that get intimidated by that attitude, though. Actually, white guys don't.
Like, you challenging me, yeah?
Yeah, they get a little, little. They're very testosterone. These are men. They are. I guess so. Why? Right? That would go along with the myth. So, yeah, they're a little more sensitive, and they get intimidated, so therefore you become a bitch, or frigid. One guy said that shit to me one time. I was like, I couldn't tell him off. The way I
Bridget.
do. He said, frigid. I wanted so bad. I wanted so bad. But I didn't. God took care of his monkey ass a few years later. I never have to do none of these people, because God is God. God is God. God is the one that seeks out karma. The universe, the law of averages, whatever the fuck. I get karma. I do shit. I'm paying karma, I'm sure, for all of the girls who are on the other side of those relationships.
Yeah. I know
Absolutely.
I've had to pay for a couple.
Sure. Definitely. And I apologize to them. But what I was going to say before we got off to that tangent, do you know every New Year's Eve, he was at my door, even after I broke up with him for years? Every New Year's Eve, until I moved out of the apartment that I was living in. Even after he married her, even after I told him to kiss my ass in Macy's window on Thanksgiving morning. New Year's Eve every year.
I'm sorry for you laughing. It's just the way you said it. Oh gosh.
That's it. That's what, I could. That's why I
You
was
sound
trying
like
to.
even though I stepped on his toe as I walked out the door.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was no violence ever. He knew he was wrong, and I'm talking to. We're having a debate here. Like, do you not know that there is a Fourth Amendment in the Constitution? I'm the worst. I'm going through all of this shit, and then, how dare you? Whatever. So
Oh
anyway, he
my
said he
god.
heard, but every year, he would show his ass up at my house on New Year's Eve.
Like, hey, I'm gonna be up in the place.
It was, and I was by myself, so we would just have that night, that evening, that he wasn't an asshole, and then he'd leave. It was good for him. That was my work for towards senior citizens, because he has a memory to take with him. That's a memory that keep 1444 on the fucking clock right here.
That's a shame.
Oh, that's sad. God bless him. 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 He's
Oh
so.
my god.
Oh my God. Oh my. Oh Oh, that's why they would talk. Oh. Hmm. Okay, I got you. I'm not going to say. I got confirmation. He crossed over.
Ashe, and the bell just rang.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yes, okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus. What am I supposed to do? I got to call my blah, blah, blah. My ex-boyfriends, all the ones that have crossed over, have been making themselves known to me. You know, like the niggas I didn't know was dead.
Uh-huh.
The other one did that the other day, and when I Googled his name, I found it. But this one, I've been looking for him, but I couldn't find him. But maybe I have to look at the obituary now. I did look at the obituary. I didn't see him.
We haven't been able to talk, so I forgot to tell you that is one of the energies because, remember I told you I was, my man was, before he passed, he was one of them that was the Son of Darkness. He was the president of the Sons of Darkness. And every single time the moon is full, I used to call him, no matter if we broken up or whatever, we would call each other and be like, what's up? What you doing? It's a full moon. What you got going on? That's how it was with us. So after he died, the next relationship was with Joey, my husband, where he passed away, and he was the Hell's Lovers.
These are the gangs.
He was in the Hell's Lovers.
Those were the names of the gangs that these guys were in. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
motorcycle. All motorcycle. The Sons of Darkness, the Hell's Lovers.
Okay. Interesting.
So it kind of, I was just sharing some of those energies with my mom, like, man, it gets so heavy sometimes, and people don't realize not only are we children of the sun, we are children of the moon and the night.
And some of the gang members are soul families.
Yes.
Okay, gang members are people that live in the same communities, right? They grow in the same parts of the world, whatever, and they live together. Their families have come down through generations, so they're in close proximity to one another, and they are each other's soul family, and that's why it's so hard to, besides all of the stupidness that they make people do to get in and out.
Right.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Really on the dark side.
When I decided to leave and wanted to not be a part of the Sons of Darkness. Yes. When I decided to leave and not want to be a part of the Sons of Darkness, I was like, I want to just settle down and get married. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do the first lady type of thing and watch all this rhetoric of the naked ladies dancing in the back of the truck barrel kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's the type of lifestyle that is for the bikers. And when you're a part of those energies carry from each relationship until you're able to recognize them. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy because what do people call themselves as socialites? Not just downtown and the government and community socialites. That's what you become. Because we give all the big events, Easter egg hunts for all the kids, stick together as a community. So it wasn't like a gang, you know what I'm saying? A violent gang. It was an actual gang in the community that we actually did.
Like the Black Panthers were.
Just like the Black.
They got afraid.
Now, the Sons of Darkness, the gentleman that I'm speaking of.
Until the government got afraid.
Right.
People like that until the government got afraid. And the community.
They
grew out of the community organizations. They grew out of the community organizations. But what you're saying is that the gangs, they may have originally grown out of the community organization. You don't know, or maybe not. But they do bring some value back to the community also.
Yes.
Also. As you would say. Because the light and the dark is going to support one another. right?
They do like Christmas events for the children at the school, at the church, at the hospitals.
Yes, yes.
Take stuff, toys and stuff. But this same president, God bless his soul, used to run with my own father. I did not know this as a child until my father used to tell me these stories about this man who used to drive a hearse. But I never could put two and two together until I grew older. And once I started dating the man, one day I made some banana pudding. My dad wanted some of it. I said, oh, I gave that to Maxie. I had made that for him. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. And so he asked then, like, what are you doing seeing this man? Who, why? This is a person that, I've been telling you all these stories when you were a child. And I said, because this man treats me like a lady. And if he didn't, I would not be around him. Okay? But it was one of those daddy-daughter type of things, like, hey, I don't want you messing around with these people.
Oh, yeah, I told you my father told me, I called him. I was young, but I was living by myself, being my baby, and my this guy that I was working with, who later became my husband, was coming over to dinner for the first time, right? So I was gonna cook, and he was from the South. He's from Mississippi, right? So I called my dad up just to make sure I was doing it correctly, because I knew the recipe. And he said, and he said, but baby, who are you making all this food for? You and the baby? I'm making white lima beans and pig's feet and white rice. I don't even eat white rice, okay? And sweet tea and cornbread. What? My father was like, oh, after he said, but baby, who are you making all? My father's from Jacksonville. My father's from Jacksonville, Florida, and he said, who you making all this food for? And I said, well, I have a date and he's coming over. He said, mm-hmm. And what is he bringing? I said, well, Daddy, I don't know. I'm sure he's going to bring something to drink or something like that. But I'm cooking, we're young, like, yeah, well, where's he from? And after I told him about where he worked, he said, yeah, no, but where is he from? And I said, Mississippi. Mississippi? Mississippi? Yeah. You tell that nigga to get back on his mule.
Oh, Lord.
And take his ass back to Mississippi. Mississippi? Oh no, you don't want nothing to do with him. And then he reminded me of the story that when he was in the military and they were coming back from the war and they were on the train coming from, I guess, the California side of the world. I don't know what state they were coming from. I don't know. But wherever they were, they had to take it across the country. And he was telling me how beautiful the country is and that you really never have to leave the country in order to see different, exciting, and wonderful, things in nature. And anything that you want to see, he said, you can see inside of the borders of the United States. That's what he felt. But he had gone on that train ride back to Florida, right? And he said they got off in all of these different towns and people were waving at them and giving them, these are the colored troops, huh? World War, I guess two. Mm-hmm. He said when they went to Mississippi, conductors told them not to get off.
Uh-oh.
Don't get off. Stay in your seats and remain seated. And after they pulled out, they was able to get out and go to the other stations along the way. They got to Jacksonville, Florida. Because they would have been killed and lynched. That's how it was back then. My father was born in 1922, so I guess that would have been, 1930 something. Damn. 40, maybe? Whatever the fuck. I can't. I'm there with nothing. I know.
I don't know. I be
There
wondering.
have been a few wars all over the years.
I be wondering how the lives were back then, because my grandmother was born in 1912.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy from what my aunts and my father told me. My aunt would have been born in 1920, and the other one would have been born, I guess, 1917 or 18. And then they had an older sister that was much older than them. When their parents died, by the time both their parents died, when my father was 6, when my father was 2, his mother died the week before he would have turned 2.
Hmm.
And he and my aunt were both toddlers. My aunt Ethel and my dad were both toddlers. And my aunt Eliza was able to she was able to take care of them and take custody of them because she was married and had her own family. So that's how much of an age difference there was between them. And my father grew up thinking that his sister was his mother until he went to get to register for the draft. So yeah. And he always called her mama, but they didn't have it easy at all. At all. Not at all.
That's why my heart just breaks for poor Ryan, my nephew, because that's all he ever knew was my mom and my dad to be his parents.
Yeah. Foster
And
parents.
and he always used to tell me, he says, all I think about is just you being, I wish you would have been my mom. And I've had a couple of my nephews and my niece tell me that before. It would break my heart, but it also offend me because it made me feel like, what does that say about my sister? Don't be talking about my sister. That's your mama. That's how I felt. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, those are my sisters and brothers before they was ever your mama. And that's how I
Well,
was.
that right there, that is the truth. That is the truth. I have had that feeling, like with my nephew.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling that I have with my daughter, with my sisters. But my sisters don't take that same stance. They allow,
Right.
you know,
Yes, that's how it
they're
is. And that's
not
it
loyal,
broke my heart.
not loyal to the sisterhood. So if you're not loyal to sisterhood in your home, how the hell do we expect that we're loyal to other women in the world, right? Because right, isn't that the saying? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of girls don't know this, but as soon as a man walks in the door, sisterhood flies out the window, and that
Yeah.
includes your mama, your auntie, your girlfriends,
Yeah.
everybody. Okay, if
Yeah.
there's an available male that walks in the door, Hawk, who goes there?
Yeah.
Let him in. What? And it don't matter if he came to see you. They still
Yeah.
looking. If you ain't married to him, he's fair game. So don't think that because everybody's single around
And
you.
I hate to say it, but I used to say it all the time. I used to be like, all is fair in love and war. I ain't gonna lie, I used to say it all the time. And, like I said, you have to watch what you say. But, even my own words cut like a knife when it's the
Yes,
truth.
well, I know that about myself. Well, I guess, yeah, all is fair in love and war to a point.
Yeah. But don't be going around poking around messing with other people that's happy.
No, no, no. Well, I always said you can't kidnap somebody if his bags is already packed.
Yep.
That's not.
Can't keep him.
I'm from
Can't keep him if he don't want to be kept. Okay? Can't keep him if he don't want to be kept.
exactly.
Now,
That.
what I can do for you, I
Now
can
you
help.
might keep him if you want to be comfortable.
What I can do for you is try to speak with him like I did my friend, my married friend, and I knew that he wasn't. As soon as he sat down and I allowed him to come into my space, and I just sat there and was talking to him, and I said, "You weren't ready to get married, were you?" He says, "Man, anybody that says I wish I would have met you,
1355.
yeah, I wish I would have met you before I got married. That means you've been running and running and running, not paying attention to your life. You weren't paying attention to the people that you were dealing with and bound yourself with that situation, and you weren't ready."
Well, you got to also remember some men got married when they went into the military, before they went into the military, just in case something happened to them. Like if they signed up for, to go into the army or whatever like that, so that they could have, somebody could get benefits, or if they had a baby or something with a woman, they would marry them. Sometimes the government would make them. I'm talking about the ones in my age group. I don't know what they're doing with these young boys, but I know the ones like older than me and my age group, if you had a baby or something like that, in order for your child to be covered, they would encourage you to get married, right? And it also increases your pay, as opposed to being a single man, right? When you're coming into the military, right? So a lot of guys, that's part of the package. And so they pick a woman, they pick a girlfriend, somebody that they, love. I'm not saying that they're going out here picking just any old huzzy, but it does have benefits for them in the long run. And as much as men try to say that women try to take advantage of the benefits of being married, so do they. Marriage is a contract that people enter into with one another. When you don't get married, then you haven't chosen to enter into that contract. That doesn't mean that you can't love someone else, or that you don't love someone else.
There's lots of people that get married for money and financial reasons, not having to do with love.
Yeah, but they convince other people that that's the case, because who wants everybody to know that you're that shallow? Like nobody wants that. Come on.
Some people just don't care.
Some folks don't care. Other folks know it's a big it's a big pink elephant in the room that everybody knows but nobody talks about, because it's not good manners. 32 when I said that, because it's not good manners.
Manners.
Yeah, they just let it go, and that kind of stuff. They don't talk about it. They don't bring it up, or they hope no one brings it up. My daughter's grandmother did that at my daughter's father's wedding. He told me that his mother-in-law said, "Oh, now I can't wait for the babies to start." And she said, "We already got a baby." He had never.
Like Joe baby.
Somebody was never told. But the mother-in-law didn't know. I don't know if Ed didn't tell her, or his wife, the fiance, never told her parents. I don't know who didn't know. Who did not know was the mother. And so his mother was like, "Oh, we already have a grandbaby." So he cut his mother off from there on. He barely spoke the rest of his life.
Man, love makes you do some crazy things.
He didn't prep her. She ain't know. If she had known not to say something, then he wouldn't, But he should have done. But that wasn't how it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
But that's about secrets, right?
Everything gets revealed when you don't want it to.
Right. So go ahead and take that power away from people.
Yeah. That's why I was trying to explain.
It's hard.
This, in the first place, was about taking your power back, about this sexual sacred energy that you share with all these different people.
Yes. Okay.
Just for the simple sake of having a piece of filth. Because they're not cleansed. And you want to
Is she trying to become? Is she trying to ascend? Is she, or she just wants a reading? Because some people don't want to ascend; they just want was going
trying
on.
to
I want to know.
trying to do that. She's trying to do it, but she more or less is not listening. Like she's dealing with the flesh more so.
Then she's not going to. Thank you, ma'am. Give her a reading. Move on. You
That's what I
can't
was
make
saying.
you
I
can't
can't get
make
more.
people. She will come back. It could take a few weeks, but there's part of her lesson that she's going through now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everybody has to go through their thing.
That's what I was explaining to her. Like everybody's going through their lesson. Even
Right.
the readers, everybody still, even if they have stepped onto the platform and they're helping with but they're doing their part, we still have we don't have it made. We have to always continuously do our own work too.
We have lives. We have children. We have husbands. We have relationships. We have situationships. We have taxes and bills and court dates and stuff. We have things that have to be addressed. And it takes a lot of energy to read for people that aren't sitting right in front of you. It's draining. Just imagine, you know?
That's the fact that especially if you're going to keep getting a reading and you're not doing the work.
And if you're not getting anything back energetically from the audience, right?
Right.
It's constant giving, constant giving, constant giving. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do is focus my energy a little more on individuals, doing little things like we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm kind of less scattered, but we can share them with the collective, and that'll be helpful. And that helps. If people want to be part of this, then they start commenting, and let's see how we can work that through. But I was so good on Saturday.
You was?
Yeah,
I was too. I was too. After we dropped my niece off that Friday, and my mom got up and that morning, and I kind of vented a little bit about the situation that morning. But after I released it, I was good. And she got on the road. She went home back to Oklahoma, and it was just like all day. I was filled.
Okay, see. That's why Spirit told you have to back off of me. Because I was carrying your energy from what happened with Ryan and then your cousin episode.
I know. I would not call you. I couldn't call you, Patsy. If I would have called you or Tana or my friend G, if I would have called any three of you, I would be no good. I would have been no good. I would have broke down.
Oh no. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Because when you said that, all of a sudden I got this like thing. They do that sometimes, like this glitch. Wow. That's Saturday. Okay. That was
She said she
the
felt
beginning, I think, of that was the end of that last moon thing, the moon cycle. This one
Yep.
now started on Saturday.
And she called me the next text. He kept texting me the next day, and she said the same thing.
Okay, and that's I lost track of days. I thought today was the 23rd. Something's going on. Somebody wanted me to skip time. Yeah. I'll see who made that comment. What's this?
A lot of things happen on Saturday, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was a nice day. Oh, that's the day when I was sitting in the car. Like I got to my Eastern Star meeting early. No, well, not early, but not bad. And we had a good meeting, and I was down kicking it people at the hall. And I was like, why am I sitting here? But it was good to be out among people. We were talking about politics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the feeling I had when I started to work after I had my daughter, because I stayed home with her quite a while. But you start talking baby talk. At least I did. I needed to be out amongst adults. I needed to, so, I needed that. It was, oh. So, because I was babysitting her and this other lady's baby.
Uh-huh.
Her 2 kids. I was babysitting 3 kids. Yes, I was babysitting 3 kids. And this couple lived next door, and they were working, and I babysat 3 kids. I needed to do what I needed to do. I needed to have money for me and this baby. I wasn't getting none of my racket. Anyway, I refused to, and he wasn't offering it. He was hard, but moving on. Given that situation, we've already discussed that. Moving on. Everybody has their path. That's his path, and not mine. But it was like, could you imagine like teaching romper room for like 12 hours a day?
No.
And then it don't stop. It just the other 2 go or sleep or something, but you still got to do romper room more.
No. Can't even imagine.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. It was it's 1406, right? So that's 11, exactly. But that's what happens when I got pregnant and made my choice. That was my path, and so that was the path. But oh my God, and the Sagittarius in me, that shit, I don't like to be, I'll adapt. I do what I gotta do. I'll adapt. But I hate being tied down. And if I have a chance to explore, a chance to replenish myself out in the world amongst the people, then I can come back and do that again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I felt with this whole situation.
If this is what I got to do, I need to be able to look forward to some time off, a vacation day every now and then,
That's
somewhere
why
to spare myself something.
I feel that way, same way about my niece. That's why I kept saying, okay, what is going on? I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I just wanted to relax, and we couldn't really grieve with all this going on. And it's kind of like,
You felt you were responsible for making sure you had all your wits about you. You don't want to trigger her at
right,
all. So you
right,
didn't get a chance to heal the way you feel you needed to.
right.
Well, that may be good because you may have been a little explosive. So sometimes the blockage may be for a good reason.
Yeah, I was explosive.
So maybe that is that. So let's thank God for that.
She triggered me. My mom was a trigger for her, and she triggered me. By by my mother being a trigger for her. And my mother, if it wasn't for her, she would have gotten no help for over the 20-year period that she has gotten it. Since she's 15, and now she's about to be 40 this year.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's too old for this now.
How old's your mother?
76, about to be 77.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm trying to get a head start on that because I'm not trying to get to that age with this. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't. I didn't sign up for all of this.
No, my sister owns an adult daycare center. One of my sisters that lives here that I don't talk to. I tried to reach out to him. Remember I was telling you about her? That's one of my dad's kids. But it's kind of like she's going through some health issues right now.
Mm.
So, and she offered, but it's like, how are we going to do that when you're not going to be able to do that? She can't even come. She can't come and sit in an adult setting like that. She literally will walk off from you. It's not like it used to be where me and her would take turns. her and I used to take turns. And, you know, she would stay with me throughout the week. And when I'm at work, she's...
So you always had to keep an eye on her.
Mhm.
You always had to keep
Whenever we didn't have, yeah, that was before we were able to find her a locked facility. But she was in those locked facilities for so long that eventually she was able to step up to the areas where they were going to help her incorporate her into, you know, not a place that's a locked facility and be able to help her. She always wanted to get her own place, but
on medium securities type of a setting.
right, but she always wanted to get her own place, and she was never mentally able to.
Yeah. Well, that's the hard thing. My daughter's able to do that. She's able to maintain her own. She maintains a really cute place.
And that's the best thing. That's like when they're able to do that, oh, wonderful. But she can't.
I'll claim for that one.
Yeah, she claims that she's owned. I've worked before. She's only one job.
Video here just for a second. Oh my goodness gracious. Huh. Somebody collected for somebody, but it was 2:11 p.m. Okay, they wanted a verification. I got you. I'm gonna take this receiver close to where I'm sitting. Oh, all right. Okay, sorry, baby love. You know what? I'm being drawn to while we're here. Let me just do these